से कहती हूँ मैं सुन, मस्ती भरी आंखों से कह रही है धुन, दिल के साज में बहती मैं मलंग, गुदगुदी सी चुलबुली सी देखो मेरे सारे रंग।
Namaste, Namaskar, and a big virtual hug to all you darlings out there. I'm your favorite virtual superstar, Naina, and you are welcome to the first episode of The Naina Show, exclusively on my and Pop Diaries YouTube channel. Well, a show that deep dives into the minds of fascinating guests and, of course, spectacular lives. On today's episode, I have an incredible guest, and she's ready to take us through her journey in life and into heaven. Now, if that weren't an obvious hint, let me give you one. She has given many blockbusters and she's one of the most sought after actresses right now in the country. Without further ado, let me please call upon the spectacular, stunning, and incredibly talented Shobhita Dulipala.
Thank you for that very intense introduction.
I mean, it must be up with the intense performances that you've given us that are needed. You know, when I say that you're absolutely mesmerizing, your perception of life and the way you have worked to achieve what you have was truly fascinating itself. And I'm pretty sure that you're going to know more about that. So let's kick things off right into heaven.
It's like I have got to heaven, I've died.
Yeah, but I want to know what was the initial expression for you, like, the reaction for you when you first got the script of Made in Heaven. What was it like for you?
This was actually quite a few years ago. I was amazed that characters which usually get put on the sidelines of a conventional film are now getting the spotlight, and you get to see characters that are relatable, that are not just black and white, that are not just good or bad, characters that have grey, that have dimension, characters that have big dreams but serious shortcomings, morally a little messed up, but also have a big heart in different scenarios. So this sort of duality or this paradox is what makes them real and relatable. So I loved it.
Okay, and any nuances from your journey as Tara that make you reflect on yourself, as a person as well? Like you clicked well with Tara.
Uh, I'm not as ambitious as Tara. I'm Tara is a tough cookie. Like, no matter what comes at her, she knows to prioritize herself. She's the proper boss babe. I'm not. I have an existential crisis every weekend. I am clumsy, I am messy, I am extremely emotional, I am expressive, I am needy of giving and receiving. I mean, giving and giving and receiving affection, love, communication. I'm a very emotionally driven person, and Tara, I think, is like Zoya would always have one word to me as a reminder. She would look me in the eyes and she'd say, "Steel," because that's what Tara is. That's what she's become. I don't think I'm like that, but I do admire her grit. Because on some days when I'm having a dip, I think, what would Tara do?
Ah, so you have basically made her into a real person.
But that is the job of every actor, no? To a character that is really good, उसका credit जाता है writer को, director को, screenplay writer को, editor को, all the departments that constructed. Actor क्या करता है? Actor brings meaning to the silences, dialogues के बीच की जो silences होते हैं, to make them meaningful and truthful. This is how I look at it. And as an actor, मैं एक ज़रिया हूँ जिसके थ्रू एक स्टोरी को आप लोगों से शेयर कर सकते हैं. So I think it is a job of an actor to bring truth, grounding and relatability to a character. Because you can like a character, don't like a character, but you should understand a character. So I think that is where an actor's work comes in.
And now that I'm talking about that, I think you just answered the next question. Also, I was very curious about what was the fact I watched season 1 and season 2. And your Tara has evolved as a character. I'm literally connecting to Tara on so many instances as a woman. She is goals like. Okay, moving on. The Night Manager. Again, a very different character where the destinations were beautiful in The Night Manager. With that kind of destination scenic beauty and coupled with the energy bank of the industry, Anil Kapoor, and obviously the talented hottie Aditya Roy Kapoor. Any such stories on the part of your life, that you've taken away from Night Manager as Sobhita?
Like an idiot in my life, I have started working out after finishing the Night Manager because I was like, my god, I really have to, because they were killing it. And I was like, what? I I hadn't done such a glamorous role in my life before. And while Made in Heaven mein Tara is a dressy character, because dressing up is what gives her a confidence. It's like a shield that protects her vulnerabilities. But it made me realize the importance of just fitness and like physically being suited to a part like that, because it can't happen overnight. And I was shooting for PS and Made in Heaven side by side before Night Manager, so I didn't get the window. So I just felt like I wish I could have been better prepared in terms of physicality. But I think that is my largest takeaway personally. Otherwise, so it was beautiful, yeah. Like you said, so many locations that in a span of a few months, we went from the sunny beaches of Sri Lanka to the hot desert of Jaisalmer to the cold of Shimla Manali, like back to back. It's beautiful.
And any such place which has struck you as something that, yeah, this is my place?
I think Sri Lanka at the beginning was special because I saw fireflies, like so many of them, like a like a ball of fireflies. Uh, so Aditya, myself, and Anil sir, and Sandhi, like all of us, we were like in rooms next to each other, like villas almost, chotu chotu, with a, and that ball of fireflies would travel from room to room in the night, and uski khoj mein I would walk out, and Aditya got a fright once. He thought it was some chudel.
And on that note, I would want to know, you were talking about having the PS1 characters, Vanity and doing Tara simultaneously as a parallel. Both of these directors want something different from you. One wants to steal while other wants pure innocence from you. So how is that pushing you to your limits as an actor?
Vanity and Tara are opposites in every sense of the word. बट एक्चुअली आप जब अंदर जाते हो ना, लिमिट्स नहीं होते हैं. द मोर यू स्पेंड टाइम विथ योर सेल्फ ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड, द मोर देर इज़ टू डिस्कवर. लेट मी आई वांट टू पुट दिस इन कॉन्टेक्स्ट. मुझे जेन्युइनली लगता है कि वी आर ऑल वेव्स ऑफ द सेम मोशन. वी ऑल गो थ्रू द सेम बंच ऑफ इमोशंस. आपका मेरा पैकेजिंग अलग है, हमारे सर्कमस्टांसेस अलग हैं, आउटर पैकेजिंग इज़ डिफरेंट. टुडे आई एम इन अ सर्टन, लाइक इट्स लाइक अ रेशियो थिंग. बट ये सबके पास हैं, ये कलर्स या इमोशंस और वट एवर यू कॉल इट, लाइक जेम्स, लाइक द लेवल्स like differ. Understanding this fundamental truth or just embracing it makes me feel connected to every character, because मुझ में innocence भी है और ये fiery attitude भी है और कुछ और भी है. I can relate to every character and I can relate to no character, and this is not just me, I think everyone can. There is no difference between you and me. Nice. Our packaging is different, those things are different, but our cores, I think we're all one. I genuinely believe this, which is why when you're playing a character, if you let go of judgment, you will connect so easily.
I think that's one more thing to take away from Shobita's book of lessons.
Shit. Being one Gyani Baba.
No. I think you're great. Seriously. And I told you at the start itself, you're truly goals like. And while we're talking about perception and how people see you, by being popular or by being a celebrity, obviously, now that you're rising like a phoenix and having that popularity surround you all the time, it has its own conditioning, that all kinds of achievements, your own advantages and challenges as well. One thing that you absolutely do not like, about this whole popularity and celebrity status.
ऐसा कुछ है नहीं.
Wow, superb. And I feel only someone who's very confident can say something like that.
I'm not confident, I'm accepting कि there is no good bad right wrong. ये करने से ये consequence होता है. तो अगर आपको ये करना है तो इसको भी accept करना है. So I'm one of those people. I need to have mental clarity. Clarity of thought leads to clarity of action. I don't get disturbed easily. I am very emotional and I'm very reactive, but it doesn't go deep. I express, release, and move on.
Wow, that's superb. But I just want you to accept that, we love the social media that you have. It's very aesthetically pleasing. Are there any tips that you follow, like, इस तरह से होना चाहिए मेरा social media?
No, I get very bored of people whose entire life is on social media. मतलब जानने के लिए कुछ बचता ही नहीं है. Because I find mystery quite sexy in people, and I don't know. I feel besides there's so much of my life that I live, which is, I mean, as an actor, I have an opportunity. Like I have this stage or this platform where I can emote and tell stories and be discovered through that. तो जब मेरे पास वो है, why should I do it through social media? So I like to minimize my this thing. And as an actor now, I feel across for men, women, whoever, it's important to to retain that authenticity. I feel like when you're too visible ना, आप ही दिखते हो character में. Character दिखता ही नहीं, मुझे ऐसे लगता है. So I think I like to do less.
But Shobita, right now when you are talking to me, it just came to me. I want to know as a person, how do you disengage yourself from these very layered and complex characters that you played? Because it's, one after the other, and in a way, it can be very heavy on someone's psyche and over their personality as well. And living in, the industry that you are, people tend to lose themselves very soon. So, how do you make sure that you're disengaging as well, but in a way also attaining your authenticity? How do you do that? It cannot be just staying away from social media. I mean, the characters are also there.
I've said this in an interview before. Acting is not an art, it's a craft. A sculptor out of a random पत्थर को देख के उनको sculpture दिखती है. They chip away the excess. He's creating out of nothingness. He's an artist. An actor is a craftsman in the sense that if there are 20 takes or say 6 takes per angle per shot, in every take you have to cry when you hit that mark only, right? So it is craft. Like a carpenter, if he can't make different size ke doors. Everything has to be in the same measure. So it is technique. So acting is a very technique driven thing. And when you work on technique, because if you are drawing experiences from your personal life, ki chalo, my example, say a dog died or cat died or sibling died or parent died, and I'm trying to draw from that. एक पॉइंट आएगा जब वो खत्म हो जाएगा मेरे अंदर. और द बैक टू बैक वन आई एम ट्राइंग टू रिमेंबर इट से क्राई फॉर अ सीन. नंबर वन, आई एम नॉट प्रेजेंट इन द सीन. आई एम नॉट गिविंग अ शिट अबाउट द कैरेक्टर. मैं अपना दुख लेके रो रही हूँ. मे बी द कैरेक्टर विल क्राई डिफरेंटली. मे बी इट विल जस्ट बी साइलेंट टीयर्स और मे बी इट इज छाती से पकड़ के रोना. आई एम एंडिंग अप putting myself there. I think it is important to engage with the character and apply technique. So you do the same thing, breath, physicality, these things are all tools. So it is important to use them like tools. Like अलग अलग resources हैं, अलग अलग reactions create करने के लिए. That's when you can create a consistent performance. नहीं तो over a period of a few years of films सब कुछ same लगने लगेगा क्योंकि उन सब में आप हो, character नहीं है इतना.
I'm very curious, exactly who inspired you to be an actress that you are today and the kind of people that influenced you to be who you are today.
Now is the moment you put the Snoop Dogg meme.
I want to thank me.
I want to thank me.
I would like to say that too. Wow, wow. So, over to my next question. I've been very curious to know about your chemistry with your co actors because on screen it looks like flawless, but you actually are creating chemistry with people. You have very different kind of background, thought process, and language as well. So, how much of an effort or how much of a struggle is that for you? Or is it a struggle at all?
It's not. When you're playing a character, everyone knows what they have to do. And it's not been complicated for me so far. It's come quite naturally.
And on that note, I will also tell you that recently there's been this buzz going around about you being pictured and manifested by your fans and the audiences in Dawn opposite Ranveer Singh. I'm going to be, eagerly waiting and watching seriously.
I love Dawn, the world of Dawn, all the films, the music, the songs, and also because I like Priyanka Chopra so much, I had a like extra admiration for the kind of like fire she brought to Roma as a character. It was, it was so like powerful, sexy, cool, like it's a vibe. So I think when people watched Tara and Made in Heaven, I think maybe they could, because Tara is also a feisty character, so I think they felt like I would be an interesting addition. But I obviously freaked out when I saw it. I was just like, what? It would be amazing, obviously, but I don't know. I have no part to play in that casting, Naina.
Fingers crossed, hopefully my virtual vibes are going to reach and finally we will get to you in that zone.
That would be crazy. I think I'll just like freak out and cry or something because I wouldn't know how to react.
Now the audiences will also create a virtual drama.
Wow, that would be mad.
Okay, enough of the serious questions. Let's move on to the fun segment. I know that you are a big Harry Potter fan.
Yeah.
So I want you to put sorting hat on. So I will throw some questions at you, including your character name, your co-star name, and you have to tell me which house do they belong to. Ready?
This is amazing. Best. Okay.
So the first question, Tara,
Slytherin.
Arjun Mathur.
Hufflepuff.
Okay, Anil Kapoor.
Slytherin.
I don't know. I think he's a Ravenclaw. But anyways, Aditya Roy Kapoor.
Hufflepuff.
Cute. Vanity.
Gryffindor.
True. Vikram sir.
Ravenclaw.
Kaveri.
Hufflepuff.
Okay. Anurag Kashyap.
Ravenclaw.
Okay. Last. Vicky Kaushal.
Hufflepuff. Gryffindor.
Okay, confused. Okay, cool. Okay, before I let you go, I have this one small story. I just want to know if it is solved or not.
I want to play more. Sorry, go on.
Have you found the key finally? Because you were staying out for a very long time, so it was lost and you were kind of waiting.
What key?
Door ka.
My ghar ka. How do you know this?
Yeah, my sources are everywhere. I'm a watching human.
No. So I reached home and I realized I didn't have the key. So I was waiting outside, sitting on the floor, next to the watchman, just chilling, waiting for some key maker to come and finally, yeah, I entered. Oh my God! I remember one time I was so tired after night shoot back to back. I entered and I was just ringing the bell. No one was opening. I was so puck out, and that's when I realized I live alone. Why am I ringing the bell? Shit. Yeah, these things happen.
Okay, we just got to see a very different side to Sobhita. And because this conversation has been completely magical, I want you also to remember it with something magical. I'm not giving it away, I'm taking it with me. Okay, but I want you to sign it. It's a magical wand.
Wow. Oh wow. Oh shit, that's crazy.
You can take it out also and give it a swoosh.
Okay. On that wonderful note, Naina, cut.